Ignorance hates when I drop it, but no matter what he do, he can't stop the profit.
Yo, Prophet, come here real quick. Yo, I just saw Ignorance downtown. Let me put you on.
Word, he down there bugging. He got them ill and out.
Let's continue the saga. Mad drama. I met this chick. She said she knew where Ignorance was at. I said where? She said downtown. He had... I think the line is a setup. I can smell it. But Ignorance is running rampant.
Tough matchup tonight. We could very well end up facing these guys in the postseason. So it's important to learn what we can and show them we're not about to back down. If we get it done here, it'll give us that much more confidence if we see them again. The stakes are raising every day at this point, so I better man up.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Atlanta, Georgia at the Phillips Arena. Last game for the Hawks, they picked up the W against the Houston Rockets.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your...
In for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Teague in for Kyle Korver. So the Wizards 5 right now. B-Train in at 2-guard. Thornton out there with Hickson. Then there's Monet. And it's Sessions in at the point. Wizards leading by 7.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And the idea of setting a screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard screen at all costs. There is a legality to how you set a screen, so you got to be inside of both lines, legal and hard.
Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded closely. Teague drives in, and it's blocked by B-Train.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Teague kicks to Scott. Pass to Schroeder. That's a 2 from Sefolosha. Rebound by the Wizards. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
They drew a lot of fouls in their games, guys, and that was the one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Just lack discipline defensively, Greg. I mean, that's why they got a lot of free points at the charity stripe.
The Hawks trail by 7. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
To the inside. Teague can't hit.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
Lots of room. Sefolosha's shot is good.
And if you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
And Sessions kicks to Freak. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Hawks passing it around. Now here's Splitter. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shot clock at 3. A floater. Teague can't hit. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Wizards lead by 5. And a chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team.
You know, our attitude approaching the game has been, you know, we can beat.
Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? For a look here. Splitter's checked in for Horford. Humphries comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Kent Bazemore. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Teague. And then for Washington, J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Gortat. Nene comes in for Markieff Morris. And B-Train subbed in for Otto Porter Jr. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kyle Korver. Then it's Thabo Sefolosha. Then it's Chris Humphries. And it's Splitter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Knicks made some major contributions. He ended with 7 points, and it seemed every trip down he would end up at the line. A lot of free throws for him. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
The Hawks leading by 4. To the paint. Here's Schroeder. And the shot is good.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
Scotty's checked in for the Hawks. Free kicks to Nene. 16 feet away. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Nene's got his second bucket.
Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Sefolosha misses. Wizards trail by 4. Here's Sessions. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
The Hawks have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's the screen. And it's Korver off the drive. Hickson grabs the board.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
They get the rebound. Nene. And another shot. Sessions dishes to Freak. No good. That would have tied it. A tight game here in Atlanta. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Schroeder kicks to Sefolosha. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Washington's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Here's Schroeder. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And equally as impressive, the playmaking. Just sensational. The way he was seeing the court and making the game easy for his teammates.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Hawks ahead, up by 2. Time now for the halftime.
All right, listen closely, men. I've got a few things to touch on. We're going to turn this from a close game into our game. We were able to throw off their offensive rhythm with good ball pressure and heads up deep. Let's keep picking their pockets and jumping in those passing lanes. We worked well together on D. I'll give us that much. Keep up the energy at that end. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. We've been treading water for too long in this game and letting them hang around. Let's get this going. Get fired up!
And now, your Atlanta Hawks. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Different look here. Splitter's checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Cephalosha has checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. So on the floor for Washington, B-Train in at shooting guard. Hickson is out there with Nene. Then there's Ramon Sessions. And it's Thornton in at the 3, the small forward. And Bazemore kicks to Splitter. There's the dish to Cephalosha. Here's Teague. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Teague's got 5 now.
Great adjustment to avoid the D. That's hard to stop.
Well, you just watch Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Wizards trail by 6. And Thornton kicks to Hickson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Hickson's got his first 2 points.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Bazemore misses.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender. And I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
Splitter sets a screen for Teague. The feed to Scott. Wide open. That's good. And so Teague with the assist.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page. And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Here's Cephalosha. Can't hit. Now Washington takes it the other way.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Hickson passes to B-Train. Hickson a screen. Here's Nene. And it's Jeff Teague with the rebound.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted. And really, I like the movement and communication there.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Hawks lead by 6. And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is up. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Splitter's checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Chris Humphries. Thabo Cephalosha has checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. Nene, he's checked in for Washington. B-Train comes in for Bradley Beal. Paul Millsap out there with Scott. Then it's Thabo Cephalosha. Then it's Splitter. And it's Teague in at the point guard. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And Nene has it in the corner. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. T kicks to Splitter. Feeds it to Cephalosha. Back to Splitter. Outside Teague. Inside. It's tipped. It's stolen by Hickson. And Sessions kicks to Freak. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. And so the Hawks take the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, and they got pushed down the stretch, but they did what they needed to do and held their ground when it mattered.
Plenty of battling out there tonight. At what point did the team...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Al Horford. His veteran leadership was the key factor in this game. His years of experience paid off in a big way for them tonight.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, Al Horford put in some serious work bringing home this win tonight. He's always been the definition.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, send him in. Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see you still rocking that Goodwill look.
Freak, what are you hanging around with this guy for? You know he's bad company, right?
Got no choice. He helps me pay the bills. Plus, our mother loves him.
Thank you all for coming by on such short notice. So you know why we're here, right?
Not really.
You want to negotiate an extension for Freak, right?
Well, since you mentioned it, your client is quickly becoming a liability for this organization.
We've already put a plan in place that's going to address all your concerns and issues.
Let me finish. Thank you. Myself, the front office, and the coaches are not satisfied with the adjustments you've made in your life off the court. I personally warned you about the company you keep, and we're fed up with the late nights and showing up late to shoot-arounds and the bad press and the incident at the nightclub. I told you Vic was going to be your downfall, and I was right. Something has to change now, or we're not going to need your services any longer.
If this is about that Twitter stuff, Vic was playing. Okay, it was a joke.
It's not about that. It's everything.
But like I told you before, Vic is my best friend. I can't just cut him off. He's practically family.
Not really.
What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything, Dom. I'm saying it. Freak and his friend Vic are a problem for me and this organization. And I called you in here to figure out how we all together can fix this problem. And right now, I'm only seeing one solution.
I agree that Freak may need to make some adjustments in his personal life off the court, but that's a learning process. We both know that. But this almost sounds like a threat. And Dom Pagnotti doesn't take too kindly to threats. Is this a threat?
Call it what you will.
We all know that Vic is a problem. The only person who doesn't seem to realize that is my brother. I'm sorry, bro, but enough is enough.
I don't have a problem with what you're saying. I have a problem with how you're saying it. Now, I know we can come to some understanding without all the ultimatums or threats.
Can we all come to a understanding, a compromise?
No more compromises. I already warned Freak. I told you. Don't be a hero. Cut that zero. It's cut Vic loose, or we trade Freak. It's that simple.
Fine, we'll go sign with another team.
Good luck with that, Pagnotti. Because of Vic, Freak's reputation precedes him.
No, because of Freak's God-given talent, his reputation precedes him.
Everybody's been talking. Dom, you know how this works. This is not about you and me and our history. This is about your client. Help him.
You talking as if I'm invisible. You talking around me, about me, but not to me. Vic has always had my back. And I've given this team everything I got. I practice hard. I play hard. Yeah, some nights I got it, some nights I don't. Some days I might even show up a little late to shoot-arounds. But every time I'm on that court, I've always given my best. And I see how it is, though. I mean, us players got to be loyal to you, but you don't have to be loyal to us players. Try to give me some father and son talk, talking about how you love your players and how you look out for them. Come on, man. You trying to cut me off like you cut off Izzy. Don't you have people loyal to you no matter what? People you can't cut off? Well, that's me and Vic. Vic and me. Y'all insist, really. They could tell me stop hanging with Vic. What makes you think they won't tell me stop talking to you? You remember in 7th grade, some guys were trying to jump me over some girl. Vic was the one to get some friends just to walk me home. And when they came, we went at it, but I wasn't alone. When I got my scholarship, it was Vic who put the word on the streets that nobody should mess with me because I had a future. Vic was protecting me. And sir, I know Vic is crazy. But before all the hype and the lights, media, fans, it was just me and Vic. He's always been there. I mean, if y'all don't like that, I don't know what to say.
It hurts me to say this, but I see his point. What you don't understand is that the league doesn't have your back anymore. Not like they used to. They try, but it's too much. Social media has changed everything. And this last incident with Vic, that was the final straw.
It was a joke.
It wasn't funny. You know it wasn't a joke. Vic was defending you, stepping in to protect your honor by attacking another teammate like that? Talking about his manhood, his wife, his kids, his family, so you can be the big dog on the court? That's uncalled for.
And they all know your relationship with Vic, so they think it's coming from you.
But that's the media blowing everything out of proportion as usual.
It's not just the media. He's attacking other players, other teams. He's out of control. Vic just doesn't know how to behave.
We got guys on our squad who don't want to be here because of that beef. There is no place for that kind of inappropriate behavior in this league. If you can't trust your teammates, who can you trust?
What Vic is doing isn't right. He's bringing you down, and people can see it. I see how all the other players are looking at you. Oh, it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
What, don't talk to him? Don't hang with him?
You do what you got to do. That's your call. But let me tell you this. You asked me if I had friends that I couldn't cut off? Yeah, I did for a while. Friends, business partners, girlfriends, wives, family that I thought I couldn't cut off. But I learned that sometimes you got to make the hard decisions. I mean, some of these people, they were just bad for me. They were bringing me down. They weren't making me better. They were good for the time that they were there. But I grew up, not in age and maturity, but in mind and spirit. I was ready for the next level in my life. And I'll be honest with you, I've been on the receiving end of that. I've been cut off before myself. And yeah, it hurt at the time. But looking back, they were doing the right thing for me. Just don't tell my ex-wife that, Pagnotti.
So what's the next move?
The next move is Freaks. It always has been. Question is he ready and willing to do what needs to be done?
This is messed up.
You take a moment to think about it, but think long, think wrong. The snafu should have been cleaned up a long time ago. With or without you, we got games to win.
Freak, you gotta handle your business.
Okay, we've all said our piece. You might cut me off as your manager, but I will always be your sister. Twin, this is on you. I might not like it, but I will respect any decision you make. Yvette, please.
Cece.
Yvette.
Where's Dom?
I had him call you.
Why?
I'm gonna cut right to the chase. My brother is deeply in love with you. And I'm ready to put our differences aside if you are.
Really?
On a string.
I'm with it.
Team Freak.
Team Freak.
All right, so if you're gonna be down with the team, I gotta show you the dap.
Oh, the dap.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes like this.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot, swish.
Swish.
Yeah. Again.
Like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, swish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
This is it. The last game of my rookie season. Kind of hard to believe. These 82 games have gone by in a blur. I know we're on the outside looking in when it comes to playoffs, but that doesn't mean I can't go out and give it everything I have one last time. So here goes nothing.
Live from Washington, D.C., we bring you to the Verizon Center, the home of the Wizards. The Washington Wizards come into this one after their win against the Nets in Brooklyn. And only a single point of separation there. Great game. It came right down to the wire.
And Kevin, Washington ball.
Nay, he's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Morris. And B-Train subbed in for Porter. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Atlanta. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Jeff Teague. On the court right now for the Hawks, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Kyle Korver is out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Bazemore at the 3.
And you look at Horford's game offensively. His mid-range jump shot is as pure as it gets. You got to say, he's probably in that Dirk Nowitzki territory from out there as far as accuracy. Doesn't possess the range that Dirk has, but from mid-range, as good as it gets.
And it's Freak missing. The Hawks trail by 5. Bazemore passes to Schroeder. Doubled by B-Train. Horford kicks to Millsap. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Horford takes about half his shots, Clark, from mid-range. He's so reliable. It's still a high-value shot for him.
And, you know, I think he started to shoot the three-pointer as well, Kevin. And if he adds that to his package, watch out. He'll be even more dangerous offensively because that mid-range is automatic.
Marcus Thornton is checked in for Washington. Sessions comes in for John Wall. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Splitters checked in. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. Good on the triple.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Passes it to Bazemore. 1:31 left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Schroeder. Defense is right there. Clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. And it's Nene with the rebound. Wizards leading by 7. Thornton dishes to Freak. Fires from 14. Rebound Atlanta. Millsap's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Schroeder passes to Millsap. Rebounded by Dudley. Washington's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter. Doing well from long range. And a wide open look for Thornton. Bounces high off the rim and drops. The Hawks trail by 9. Schroeder's it to Bazemore. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And that one's good. Millsap.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
And here's Dudley for 3. They grab their own miss. Nene. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. For Washington, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Atlanta making a switch here. Scott's checked in. Now here's Schroeder. He's guarded by Dudley. And he gets it to go. Scott's got his first points of the night.
That's a very good high percentage look right there.
Now Freak. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Wizards lead by 8. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age. Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I'm not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking them when she beats them in a game of horse. Bradley's not only got a special J, but he's got a pretty good disposition, too.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side outs for them, the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
Like or handball.
Yeah, either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
B-Train in at shooting guard. Markieff Morris is out there with Porter. Then it's Gortat, and it's Wall in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets played a role for them. He chipped in his share of points, and he made them pay over and over from the line. A lot of free throws for him. It was a great contribution from someone who is considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin.
The Hawks trail by 8. Outside Korver, a 3-ball, and the shot is good. Korver's got 8 points.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Splitter dishes to Schroeder. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
And that one's good. Free. 59 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Splitter with a screen on Sessions. And it's Schroeder missing.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Splitter against Thornton. And Dudley kicks to Freak. No good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
No good with the wing jumper. The Hawks trail by 3. Here's Schroeder. 8 points his last outing. Feeds it to Korver. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one.
Well, guys, I'm here with John Wall.
Okay, guys, we got a few minutes here. Let's go over a few things before we get going again. The first thing is that our ball movement has been solid. Keep it up. I want to see that ball continue to rotate around the perimeter until we get a good look. Ball security was probably our high point. Let's continue to keep a tight handle on the ball and not try to thread too many needles with our passes. And let's try to play the second half at a moderate pace. Not too slow, but not too fast that it turns into a shootout. That's not what we want. We know we can take their best punches and hang with them. Now it's time to hit them with everything we got and see how they handle it.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a... Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Markieff Morris. B-Train's checked in for Porter. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Splitter's checked in for Horford. Humphreys comes in for Paul Millsap. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Cephalosha. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Kyle Korver. On the court for Atlanta, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Teague. Then there's Kent Bazemore. Then it's Chris Humphreys. And it's Splitter in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Schroeder kicks to Splitter. He dishes it to Schroeder. 1:57 left in the third. Teague rejected by B-Train. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. So it's the Hawks now. 5 on the clock. And Teague, here we go.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Sessions, no good.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
After a rookie season in which he really struggled, Dennis Schroeder made big strides last year.
Yeah, I think pretty much dramatic improvements across the board, Kevin. Really a most improved candidate for sure. He solidified that reserve unit for the Hawks, in my opinion.
There's the feed to Bazemore. The dish to Teague. From deep. That doesn't go in either for Teague.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. Sessions passes to Dudley. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Schroeder still with room to grow. I mean, he needs to improve his three-point shot and cut down his turnovers. But those are things that often come with time. And he's got time. Still very young at this stage of his career.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Washington.
And for Schroeder, not a great outside shooter yet, but he's an attack guard. I mean, blinding speed, very slippery, eel-like. He gets into that lane and can make a defense collapse in a heartbeat. That alone is where his value is right now. An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Park down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Splitter. The Hawks working the ball around. Teague drives in. It's a big high bouncing goes in. Teague's got 13.
Obviously a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Now here's Sessions. Guarded closely. And so the ball out of bounds. Splitter touched it last. Here's Thornton to the left wing. It's tipped. Here's B-Train. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Hawks lead by 9. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Wizards trail by 9. They've got Gortat. All out there with Thornton. Then it's Porter. And it's Morris in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play. That's going to put Marcus Thornton on the line. It's going to be on Kyle Korver. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Atlanta.
And you really can't help but notice all the points they've continued to get off turnovers.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Free throw drops for Thornton.
And guys, the wheels really fell off of Marcus Thornton's game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 per contest.
Picked by Horford. Schroeder kicks to Horford. And again, it's Atlanta.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Korver with the defensive effort.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Schroeder, a chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. There's a screen by Gortat. And Wall kicks to Gortat. Rebounded by the Hawks. Cephalosha's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Millsap a screen on Wall. Schroeder passes to Millsap. Korver gets a wide open look. Morris with the rebound. Wizards trail by 8. Wall dishes to Morris. Down low. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group...
Well, Al, a lot of effort.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap. Kenny, your thoughts?
You gotta love Paul Millsap showing us all of what he's capable of.
And that'll do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season contest. It has been a wild ride. For Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, I'm Ernie Johnson. Now the playoffs begin on 2K Sports. See you back for that.
I know money isn't everything to you, Freak, and I find it hard to say this, but I've grown to respect that in you. You're a man of conviction. But it's my responsibility to point out the consequences of that way of thinking. Now, for you, winning is everything, but winning isn't something you could do alone. It requires excellent, or at the very least, competent coaching, contributing teammates, and God willing, good health. And we all know that's not a guarantee. Now, the reality is you're not in control of any of those other factors, but if you, as the star player, fail to win and deliver a championship, you will be held responsible. You will be scapegoated, you will be villainized, and you will be punished accordingly. So when you say to me that as a free agent, all you care about is being in the best position to win, I understand what you mean. But again, that's not only up to you. Now, I'm going to call my guy at Apollo Jets. I'm going to get us a private plane for this tour. I promise you, you're going to love the free experience. Now, you're Relationship with Vic has unfortunately cost us in some of these negotiations. We had 10 teams interested. We now only have 3. But thankfully, you wised up when it came to Vic. Have you been in contact with Vic? Yo, freak, look at me.
He still has one of my cars, Dom.
What did I tell you about the L word?
The L word? What is...
Loyalty. I don't know what kind of hold this Vic has over you, but it makes me scared. You're a free agent for the first time in your career, and the only person you need to be loyal to is you. You need to be an FOF. You need to be a friend of Freak. Let's forget about winning without appropriate compensation and loyalty that hasn't been earned and isn't deserved. This is a tough business, Freak. We need to be tougher. Come on.
CC?
Whew, Lord Jesus, I was about to blow a gasket. Okay, Freak. Now, there are very few options on the table, and I want you to explore them all before making your final decision. Whatever you decide, it needs to be an informed decision, not an emotional one. The larger the markets, the greater resources at your disposal and exposure for you. But if you don't allocate these resources properly, then it's just a big spotlight on you as you lose.
Well, thank you kindly, big sis.
She's right, Freak.
Thanks, Don.
Absolutely. Team Freak. That's what we're about.
Oh, whoa, I don't know if I like this.
What?
Dom and CC high-fiving like that?
I mean, yeah, why you got so certain I'm gonna lose?
Whoa. No one thinks you're going to lose, Freak.
You guys sure sound like it.
We just want you to select a franchise that has great coaching, super talent, exposure, but most importantly, a ton of cap space. If the team doesn't win and you're to blame, at least you won't be broke, capiche?
Capiche.
Also, you should make sure it's somewhere you want to raise a family, but no pressure.
Well, you guys have made this decision so much easier.
What did Mom and Dad say?
You know what they said. I mean, but honestly, I'm torn. I've heard and listened to what you've all had to say. Don't take this the wrong way. There's just one person I haven't heard from, and that's Vic.
Oh, Lord, help us.
Yo, Vic, where you at? I've been trying to call you, man. Hit me back.
You know him. He's probably somewhere too loud to hear his phone.
I don't know. I think Vic's actually upset with me.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on. Chase me. Come roll with me.
All right.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming here today. I especially like to thank God, my Lord and Savior, my family, my agent, Mr. Don Pagnotti, twin sister and manager, Cece, my lady. Thank you guys for all your support. I'd also like to thank all the fans, and all the people out there who consider themselves an FOF, a friend of Freak. My free agency has been nothing short of amazing. And frankly, it has been a dream come true. But like most dreams, the reality is very different from what I imagined. Though I wouldn't change a thing about this period and the time I spent in the NBA, I can honestly say that nothing has been more gratifying and more difficult than choosing where to play next year. I sought the wise counsel of my loved ones. Nothing puts me at ease more than knowing that regardless of my decision, you guys will be there for me no matter what. Now, there are so many wonderful teams in the league, each filled with stellar talent and all vying to be number one. For me, there's nothing more important than winning and surrounding myself with those who feel just as passionately about the game as I do and have an unrelenting desire to win a championship ring. That's what matters most to me. It is for this reason, above all, I've decided to play for the Washington Wizards.
Good choice. Great choice. Great choice.
Talent they have on that team, they go win a championship this year.
You think so? And you know what that means?
I'm gonna get
Cha-ching.
I love it.
I know.
Yes, my man. All right, son. Congratulations.
I've been running.
3 letters, M-A-X, baby.
Dom we trust, baby.
Dom, we trust.
Let me see this contract. Let me see this contract.
Gotta call. I'll be right back. I gotta call finally. Yo, fool, where you been? I've been trying to call you.
Mr. Freak?
Yo, who's this?
This is Officer Vasquez with the 9th Precinct.
Officer Vasquez? What did Vic do now?
Mr. Freak, there's been an accident. Look, we're gonna need you to come down to the following address as soon as possible.
What kind of accident? Put Vic on the phone.
I can't do that, sir.
No, you're not hearing me. I want to talk to Vic.
Look, sir, we need you to calm down as soon as you can.
No. Hey, listen. Put down the phone, and I don't want to hear it get picked up until Victor Van Leer's on the
give
phone.
me the phone.
Put Vic on the phone.
Mr. Freak, Mr. Van Leer was killed in a car accident.
What's going on? Give me the phone.
The car he was driving was registered to you. We were able to identify him from the
Listen
flyers
to
in
me.
his possession.
Freak,
I don't want to
phone.
talk to you no more.
Freak, give me the phone. Hi, excuse me. Hi. Yes. This is Cece. This is Freak's manager. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, yes, look, we're gonna need somebody to come down and identify Mr. Van Leer. Eyewitnesses say that he was involved in a car chase. 2 cars were chasing him, and as the chase escalated, he eventually lost control and crashed. Look, I'm really sorry for your loss.
Hello. Outside of the deceased, was anybody else injured?
Vic died in a car accident.
What?
Yeah, they said he was in a car chase.
No.
Freak,
Are
I'm
you
sorry. He died.
I'm so sorry, Freak. Freak, I am so sorry.
Sis, all started here.
Yep, right here in the dome.
Yeah, man, it was all about living the dream. Yeah. And knowing to be some nightmares.
As Daddy always says, all that glitters ain't gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss my brother Vic, though.
Deep down, he was a good person at heart, but he was never quite right. Something was always off with him, even when we were little growing up.
Yeah, I know, but I loved him anyway. I knew he was trying to take advantage of our friendship, but I didn't care. We were boys, ride or die. You know that.
Ride or die.
Just hope Vic finally found peace and depth that he never found in life.
Well, may he rest in power. When you really sit down and think about it, life is about the blink of an eye. And that's for sure quick. We spend a third sleeping in bed, a third trying to figure this thing called life out. Yo, by the time we think you got it all figured out, you only got a third of your life left.
Yeah, life's a trip.
Say that again.
Life's a trip.
10 times 10.
Well, honey. Hey, yo, shout out to my man Vic.
Shout out to Vic. Come on, let's bounce.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about to wake up the projects like I used to.
Better
remember?
not. You better not. We ain't kids no more.
Cece?
Hey!
Why are you sneaking up on us?
Man, we thought you two left town yesterday after the funeral.
We decided to stay one more day.
Oh, I'm so glad you did. I wish we had known you were coming. We would have made you something to eat.
Okay.
What y'all doing?
Yeah, chatting.
Yeah, talking about yesterday's service.
Oh, okay.
How you holding up, son?
You know what? I'm okay, Pops. But you know what? We love you two so much. And it's only now that I'm realizing how much you two sacrificed for Cece and myself. Hey, you know, Vic didn't really get to know his father growing up. And we were lucky to grow up in a household with two loving parents. And you know what's sad to say? People thought we had a highly unusual home in the project.
Yeah, folks always talk about the negative effects of boys with no father in the home, but it affects girls too. And it's helped me in my relationships with men in my life.
What man?
Anywho, I know that all men are not dogs because I had a great father in the home. You, Daddy.
I was there too. He didn't do it alone now.
Yes, Mama, of course. It goes without saying.
Thank you, daughter. I did what my father did, and his father before that. A man, a real man, will always be involved in his children's lives. I love your mother. We had our ups and downs, but I love her more than life itself. You two are a direct result of that true love.
Yeah, we know that.
Switching subjects.
Yeah.
I know the both of you like I know the back of my hand. You said you were leaving after the service. Why are you here out of the blue?
Yeah, what's up?
Why gotta be all that?
Yeah, we can't stop by and show our love and appreciation for our loving parents. I'm highly offended.
I am appalled.
What's happening?
Yeah, come clean.
Okay. Me and Cece just want to give you a little present.
Yeah, a small token, a small repayment for everything you've done for us.
Yeah, all the sacrifices you've made.
And we want nothing in return but your love. And grandchildren.
But get married first.
Yeah, save your money.
But Daddy, we really just
But Daddy, nothing. You heard your father.
Well, maybe one day.
Maybe. But one day is not today.
Nope.
Okay. Well, for real, we do have an actual flight to catch tonight.
For real this
Yes.
Yeah,
For real this time.
Well,
It's good to see you again.
Yes.
Love you
Hey,
too.
y'all call
Safe
us when
flight.
you get there, okay?
We will.
As soon as you land.
Okay, Mama.
All right. Yeah, y'all
Okay,
call
Mama.
us as soon as you get back.
All right, as soon as you land.
All right,
Yes,
promise.
Take care of your brother.
Of course, always.
I got this. No trust.
Hey, did you forget something?
No. Can you do me a favor and head to the sofa?
The sofa? What's at the sofa?
Just look behind the cushion.
Behind the cushion? Pete, come here.
What do they want now?
What's in the envelope?
Just look inside, Mama.
Pete, you open it. Hey, Frequency, what's this?
Does it look like it opens doors?
Keys to a house?
Uh-huh.
A new home?
Uh-huh.
Son, now I done told you and your sister 1,000,000 times. Me and your mother are very comfortable right where we
he's
are.
Absolutely right.
This is Harlem, USA. Project or no project. This is our apartment. This is the home we made for you to raise you up right in. We're not moving like everybody else.
Let me talk
Tell
to
him something.
Frequency, we both appreciate it very much. I mean, we're very grateful.
Okay,
honey.
look, there's something else in the envelope.
Pete, he says look inside the envelope.
What?
Well, look inside.
Yeah. Already. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Baby, pack your bags.
We are living the dream. Oh.
Thank y'all. Love you.
All right, love you guys.
Love you.
Dear Freak, by the time you read this letter, I'll be long gone. I wrote this letter because it's the only way I think my voice will ever be heard. This piece of yellow paper It's the only way I'll ever get any of you to stop, listen, and really get to know me, Victor Van Leer. My childhood was turbulent. But even in the most unsettling times, there was a break in the tide. Father was the rocky water, and my mom's was the gentle surf. Pops did a lot of foolish stuff, but when he wasn't trashed and was actually taking the time to be a father, he'd say, Vic, you got one life, a fragile life. God can take this life whenever he sees fit. So live, and live plentiful. Each day God gives, live it in abundance. My pops was a smart dude, the most dangerous kind, educated and street smart. And this apple didn't fall too far from the tree. My mom's, yo, she was an angel. No matter how heavy the hand, she would do anything for me. And by chance, when I was casted into that darkness, she was the voice I followed back to the light. I was so young, too young. But my decaying flesh carries the scars and memories that won't fade. She's the reason I'm as loving as I was. She taught me to look at others as human beings and not objects. Now, where there's pain, a simple kiss, hug, or I love you could disperse that rainy day. That's why I'll never understand why. Why she of all people was taken from me. The only one good thing I ever had in my life. And that was my mother. You ever feel lonely? Well, I didn't have any siblings, and no one would claim me as their own. It is the first time in my life I questioned the point of living at all. If it wasn't for your family taking me in, I swear I was going to open my wrist or jump in front of the A train. But I found love. And I found it through my new family. Mr. Pete, man, he was the complete opposite of who my dad was. He was foreign to me. He was a good, honorable man, and to be honest, he intimidated me. I didn't believe I could ever be the man he tried teaching me to be. Miss Martha, damn. Real talk, I was in love with that woman. Frick, if you're reading this right now, I'm sorry. I never met one hottie that came close to her. Mr. Pete is a lucky dude. But unlike my dad, he could recognize the angel in his presence. Aside from my own mom, she's the only other person I truly think understood me. I just wanted to be loved, yo. I just wanted to belong. CC, man, I've seen her make the hardest dudes break at the wrist. I've seen her turn coal into diamonds and then back into coal again, just by doing this intense stare she do. CC is no joke. I love her, though. We used to be close. And again, I'm sorry, freak, but when your sister get all mad and on one, damn, I just... Whew. CC, I love you more than you will ever know. I hope in my time past you can finally forgive me. Yvette is beautiful. A woman about success, work ethic, and never settling for less. Which, that's why I didn't stand a chance. Freak was king, and me, a big, fat zero. She was cool, though. Chill. And when she wasn't being all uptight, that girl was mad funny. I could see why you fell in love with her. She could make any man better. She was exactly what I wanted. And definitely what you needed. Frequency vibrations. My boy, my blood. I'm sorry I couldn't be as great as you. I'm sorry I was your weight and not your pedestal. I wanted to be a lot of things. I thought I was the next prodigy. Then you hit that court, and I knew. It was it. It was you, freak. It was you. I didn't have much of a life, at least not one I could be proud of. I never said this to you, but I wanted to be you. All I wanted was a taste, just a little taste of everything I never had. Can you blame me? Like my dad said, life is short, and I just wanted to live it abundantly. I know it hurts, but your life would be better without me. There's nothing holding you down anymore, freak. I believe in you. And I always look out for you from above, B. Hey, bring that Jesus piece back for your boy, though, you know. That shuttle's work. I love you, freak. At least I did something right. At the end, I felt as though I had no place here anymore. I never felt as though I belonged. Maybe my greatness is in the heavens. Or maybe, just maybe, my greatness is you, freak. I just hope you and the fam remember me as I remember my mom. Look at people like human beings, not objects. Because if you wait, it's often too late. So just say you love them now, man. Be the voice they can follow out of darkness. Be to them what my mother was to me. An angel. Your boy, resting in power. Vic.
Salutations, I am Sharonis Jackson, portraying the role of Frequency Vibrations, aka Freak. I am from the Inland Empire, California, Philadelphia born, just showing love to everybody out there that's an FOF.
Hello, world. It's your boy Wade Wilson, a.k.a. Vic Van Leer, Basquiat, and FOF, friend of Freak. Hey, I was born in Oakland, raised in Richmond, represent all day. Love y'all.
What's up, world? My name is Michelle Mitchenor. I play Cece. I'm representing Jersey. Shout out to my people on the shore and in the city. I'm now residing in LA, living the dream.
What's up, family? This is Gina Breedlove from Fort Greene, representing the Republic of Brooklyn, New York. I play Miss Martha. I wish you all so much love and peace.
What's up, everybody? My name is Arthur Richardson. I play Mr. Pete. I'm a GI soldier. That's Gary, Indiana, for those that don't know. And remember, it's not just a game.
What's up, y'all? My name is Anya Engel Adams, a.k.a. Yvette Ming Ching. And I'm originally from upstate New York by way of South Florida, representing for all the independent ladies. And just let them know we got our own, boo. Mwah.
Al Palagonia, born in Brooklyn, New York, raised in Queens, New York, reprising the role of super sports agent Dom Pagnotti. That's right, the man, the myth, the legend, the king, #1, the best. You see this watch? That's diamonds and platinum. Gold, forget about it. Silver, forget about it. That's like speed and power, and that's what I have. I'm the best, and I will represent you. Freaking and vibing, freaking and vibing, freaking and vibing. Go 2K16, yeah, boy!
Yo, hear me clearly and hear me good. I am Paul Garanghelli from Petaluma, California, also known as P-Town, home of the Butter and Egg Parade and Mocap Madness, and I play the team owner.
Hello, my name is Spike Lee. I hope you enjoyed our NBA 2K16 feature film, Living the Dream. Dolly, a little faster, a little faster. You know I'm on the dolly. This is my signature shot. We had a great, great time doing this. And as I said before, I've never done this before. It was a very, 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 very great learning experience for me. Worked with a great group of people in front of and behind the camera. And you know what? I want you to see everybody worked on this film. So crew, come on in. Keep going. Keep going. All right. Freaking and vibing. Freaking and vibing. Cut!
Welcome to your second NBA season. Now that your career is progressing and your brand is growing, you will be challenged with managing increasing demands off the court. In between games, you'll have decisions to make on how to spend your off days. Will you refine your skill on the court and work on increasing your attributes in live practices? Do you want to earn fame and extra money by partnering with global brands? Or would you rather establish personal connections with some of the game's most influential personalities, which bring with them a variety of rewards? The choice is yours.
Hopped in the trade just to let the top back and thank God for the day. Who gives a what a hater gotta say? I made a couple $1 million last year.